Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today I am taking you along with me, actually this whole week, as I fill out my Big Happy Planner and show you how I make my lists, what gets done, what doesn't get done, because sometimes that happens too. And this video will go along all week. Now, one thing is we're going to be filming Monday through Thursday. And then I will come back from Chicago on Monday and do a little bit of like back planning. And I think it's going to be fun. So I have these Planner Kate to-do stickers here that got blurry. And I like putting these in the header boxes. Sometimes I write, whoops, sometimes I put them down crooked. Sometimes I write today, sometimes I just sticker to do. And it really just depends on my mood. It's not necessarily like a blanket thing of what I do every single week. It just kind of varies. So we're going to get these down. Now, as I go into, oops, we got two there. As I go into this new week, one of the things that I'm trying to be very intentional about is how much I put on my list. Now, technically, because these all have 7 lines, I'm putting 7 to-dos on my list every day, but I'm being mindful about the types of things and what the time it takes to do each of the things is, because lately I've been going into weekends feeling very, very stressed, and I don't want to get on a plane for Chicago and feel exhausted. I want to spend this week recharging as best as I can. I don't know how doable it'll be. You know, a lot of that depends on my work week, like my full-time job. So I did set up my Moxie Life weekly actions in my planner this morning for my companion notebooks. So I'm going to really try to stick to the list. Obviously, there's always more to do than I think that there will be, but I think that we can have a good intentional week. So there are a couple of things that are going to be like day specific. So one of the things that I want to do on Thursday night or Thursday during the day, I guess, is wash my bedding. It's typically something I do on weekends, but because I'm going away, I really want to come home on Monday to like fresh sets of linens and everything like that. Tuesday night is garbage night, so we're going to put take out trash. Now, originally when I did this spread, I was talking about not being sure how to fit everything in on Tuesday with election day and voting and all of that, but I did early vote, so that is taken care of. Today is payday, so we need to update my budget. It's also the beginning of the month, and one of the things that I do at the beginning of the month after all my bills are paid for the previous month is I decide how much money I'm going to move into my Ally savings high yield savings account. So I do that because I earn interest. I think I earn 4.35% APY on that. So I want my money to grow, especially as I'm looking towards a bigger savings goal for next year. Another thing, I need to follow up with a friend on something. So I'm going to write that down. And then I need to do my October business expenses, like track those. So I'm going to write October spending. And that just means going through my credit cards, PayPal, like Amazon, all of that, and making sure that that's done. Since in October, I got caught up on January through September. So now it's like in November, I'll do October's. In December, I'll do November's. And in January, I'll do December. So that by the first week of January, I should be finished with all of my tracking for the year. And then all I need to do to prepare for taxes is wait for tax forms to come from the companies that I work with. So I should be in a much better spot for this year's taxes than I was this year for last year. You know what I mean? Okay, got a little complicated there. We're going to set a CPC budget here because Chicago Planner Conference has a vendor marketplace where you can spend, and I'm going to set a budget for that. I do want to shop small there and support small shops, but I also don't want to go overboard. So I need to set a budget and decide what we're going to spend. Other things that I could do today that aren't too crazy overwhelming is I can take photos. I actually haven't posted a photo on Instagram of my planners in a few days. Even this spread is an example because I just haven't really had the desire. I don't love taking pictures of my planner. It's just not my favorite part of content creation. But if I can take photos this week, I should be set for the week because my videos are filmed right now through the 18th, I think. So I do have the stuff finished to be able to take those photos. So that's just something in there that I can do. And then I don't know, we have room for one more. I'm really trying to kind of go into this week a little bit lighter. Um, I don't know. What I am going to write down here is Planner Kate launch. Today is a launch I'm really excited about because it is the January kits and it is also like new items, and that is at 9 a.m. New launches typically are at 10 a.m., but now she's doing them at 9 a.m. And then I have room for one more thing here. I can't think of anything right now that I want to get done, so we're just going to kind of leave that. Trash. Okay, so Friday is recycling. It is plastic recycling. I don't know if my plastic recycling bin is filled up, but I'm not going to be able to take it out because I'd have to bring in the bin and I'm leaving early for the airport. So that's not going to be able to happen because I don't want the bin out all weekend and then like it's really windy this time of year, all of that. So we're probably not going to be able to take out the recycling. I have a Zoom tonight. I have a Zoom tomorrow. I think James and I are doing dinner tonight. But other than that, I don't really have any plans for the week, which was again intentional because of getting ready to go away. Chicago packing list. This is something that I'm going to kind of be working on all week. So one of the things is, I have like a fuzzy blanket in my bedroom and it got something on my bracelet. I'm going to write table make gifts. Those are finished. Accessory caddy. This is for a friend. Oops. And then book. There's going to be a blind date with a book event at the conference, and I'm going to bring my book, so someone will get my book, which hopefully they like and they're excited about. Now I'm going to write this down. How do I want to do this? I'm trying to decide if I want to like write Friday outfit, Saturday night outfit. I think that's going to be the best way to do it here. So my plan is to wear like comfy clothes on the plane. I always do. And then change into something when I get to the hotel. Sunday outfit. Sunday night outfit. Sunday night, the conference is over by Sunday night, and James and I are going out to dinner and to a comedy show. And then Monday will just be comfy clothes again. Okay, so that's good. And then I need my CPC planner because I bought a Lights Planner Action planner for Chicago Planner Conference. I need to do Mophis, which are my portable extra battery chargers for my phone. And I don't know what else. We'll figure it out throughout the week, but we have some time. So I am going to start this morning. I work at 9 and I have a little bit of time before work. So I'm going to update my budget. It doesn't take very long. Transfer the money over, text my friend, and decide on a budget for Chicago Planner Conference. Then probably maybe on my lunch break or later in the day, I'm going to track my October spending and then take photos is something that I'll kind of do throughout the day depending on the light. The light's not great this morning, so we'll see what that looks like. But I think that it's going to be a more low-key week, even though there's a lot going on, and that's what I want. So I will check in with you tomorrow. Hello, hello. It is Tuesday morning. It is election day. Okay, I ended up adding get gas yesterday because I needed gas and I didn't want to forget to get it. Not that like when I get in my car I wouldn't remember, but it was just on my list. I did not finish taking photos. I took one or two, and then by the time I went around to taking the others, I got around to taking the others, the sun was setting and it was too dark. I have to remember that these need to get done early in the day now that the clocks have changed. So last night, James and I went out to dinner and we had to take two separate cars, which is why I had to get gas. I really don't get gas that often. I feel like it just depends on what's going on. But because I work from home, I don't go many places during the week. So I'm going to write dinner with James, and then I'm just going to write the location. It's also helpful for me to write the location in my planner because if we're like, oh, when was the last time we went to Sharky's? I'm like, let me pull out my planner and I can tell you. So today I need to finish taking photos, so I'm going to write that down here. And then on trash day, I always clean out my kitchen. And then I'm also going to write in here, which may seem repetitive to some people, but this is my planner. I'm going to write upstairs trash. I have trash cans, well, of course, in my kitchen, but then I have one in each bathroom. I have three bathrooms, and then I have one in my office and one in my bedroom. So um, the upstairs ones are two bathroom, bedroom, and office. Those don't get taken out every week because they don't get filled as quickly as my kitchen one does, but I want to make sure that I get like everything out before I go to Chicago. So I'm going to write that. I've ordered a few dresses for my book launch party that I need to try on because if they don't fit or I don't like them, I mean, I'm not wearing all three, but I ordered three. I want to return them. So that'll be the first step to figuring out what I am wearing at this party. I don't typically have trouble finding clothes for things. This I seem to be having a lot of trouble finding. And then I have something that I need to do for Reese's book club. I do some content for them. So that has to go on to today's list. And another thing is I want to do a reel about my book because my book launches 3 weeks from today. Tuesdays seem to be the days that I do a lot of promotion because my book is launching on a Tuesday. Tonight, we have a Patreon Zoom. Patreon. This is a big box, so I want to like go tall with my letters. Budget Zoom. I could have probably centered the text better, but it's okay. And then that is at 8 p.m. So we made use. I didn't need a box this big, but we made use of the box size. Let me see if there's anything else that I can think of. I feel like I should probably put flight info maybe over here. Another thing that I'm figuring out this week about the trip is if I want to schedule an Uber in advance to get to the airport or I just want to wake up that morning and book the Uber. I'm leaning towards scheduling. I don't know if I've ever scheduled before, but I feel like scheduling makes me feel a little bit better. Typically, my mom takes me, but we are taking an Uber this time. So I think that may be it for the day. I'm still really going light this week. You can see on my watch, it is 8:50, which means I have work in 10 minutes. I slept until about 8. I took a shower. I made coffee. I'm just kind of lightly going about my week because I want to feel rested heading into Chicago. So that is my day. It's a longer day because the Zoom is at 8, and now that it's dark so early, it's going to feel like it's nighttime for a while before the Zoom happens. But I think that this will be a good list for today. And maybe there's some other things that I'll get done, but really working on keeping things light. So I'll check in with you tomorrow. It is Wednesday morning and I got through everything on my list yesterday. I'm not that surprised because I'm just doing a more tame list this week. So let's add today's to-dos. I did try on the dresses yesterday and I don't like them. So today we're going to return the dresses. And then I usually do my Amazon returns at Whole Foods, which is in the same shopping center as my nail salon. I don't think I'm going to get my nails done, but I do want to get my eyebrows waxed before I go to Chicago. And then I also need to go to the bank to get cash. Today I want to sweep my floors just for like a little bit of extra cleaning. And then what else is on my list? I feel like I need to look at my goal planner. I think the the tired, post-election tired is setting in this morning. So I'm just feeling like, I need to backtrack some of my spending. I haven't written down my spending in my budget planner this week. So I want to be sure that I do that. And then I want to start packing, but I'm going to pack, I'm just going to write start packing. And what I'm going to pack today is like my table mate gifts and just the things that I'm not going to need to use tomorrow. Since I leave early Friday morning, I just figure even if it only takes me like 10 minutes, any kind of early packing that I can get done is good. And then one other thing I'm going to put here is I'm going to write test planner. I have a friend who is sending me a Moxie Life 2024 planner. I really want to use Moxie Life in 2025, but I want to play around with it a little bit and do some testing. And when I looked, they were all sold out and I couldn't find any of them on like a resale website. But I have a friend who has one who is sending it to me and it should be delivered today. So I'm really excited for that. This morning, I went back and forth on what I wanted to do this morning because after I showered, I had about an hour before my workday starts. And I was going back and forth on filming a video or reading. And I just decided that, like, the best thing for me this morning for self care was reading. I haven't read in a bit. So I started reading a book called The Arrangement. It's one of 3 in a series. And that was a good way to spend my morning. And now it is 8:55, which means that work is going to start soon. So I can just jump onto my Amazon app and put through the return labels. These 3 things will happen on my lunch break. Sweeping floors is something that also should happen on my lunch break because I want it to be bright out enough. I feel like when the sun comes in my bedroom, I can really see where things need to be swept like a little bit more thoroughly. Backtrack spending can happen after work. Start packing can happen after work, and test planner can happen after work. I'm not sure what's going to go here yet. James left last night before my Zoom. I don't know if he's coming back yet tonight or tomorrow before we head to Chicago. So this box is going to stay empty for now, but I think that I'm doing well this week with, what I've set up. So hopefully this is still an exciting after the pen, even though it's not like busy, busy, busy as usual, like as these are usually for me. But I also kind of wanted to show you how I approach this week differently because of Chicago on Friday. It is Thursday, actually midday. I didn't get a chance to film this morning, but we are in like full-blown crunch time, but not super stressful, preparing to go away. I don't know why it's always so difficult. The only thing I didn't get done yesterday was backtrack my spending. I don't know if it's going to happen today. Let's see how much room we have for things. So today, I actually have my bedding in the wash right now, but I also just want to do the rest of my laundry because I like to pack knowing that everything I own is clean. And sorry, the sun is coming in weirdly right now. That's what happens midday. There we go. I also want to run my dishwasher today. Again, just like making sure that everything is clean. And then, this is going to seem so silly. Over here, I don't have any plans today, but I'm going to write charge devices. And we're going to make a list of things that I need to charge today. We have Kindle, Mophie, my battery pack. And I actually have 3 Mophies, which is like a little bit excessive. Watch. And then I'm just gonna write pack chargers. Obviously I have to charge my phone, but that's a daily thing. We're going to write pack chargers. Okay. We also have to actually pack today. So I'm going to write suitcase and backpack because I'm bringing a backpack. And then other things that absolutely have to get done today. I did already pack the table mate gifts and accessory caddy and the books, so those are set. The outfits have been chosen. I don't want to forget the planner, but that's all over here. So I'm like, what other things can we do today? We can backtrack spending. I did already check in for my flight. Backtrack spending. And I don't know, there's got to be something else on the to-do list, right? I just don't know what it is. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this today. So because Monday is a holiday, I'm paid on Mondays. Tomorrow is my payday, which means that typically tomorrow I would pay any bills that are due next week. However, when I think about the bills that are due next week, it's only my car insurance, and that's on auto pay. So that's something I'll have to not deal with, but I'm saying updating my budget is something that I probably have to do next week. Oh, I know what I want to do. I have a big savings goal coming up, and I want to print or create and print a tracker specifically for that savings goal. So we're going to do that. And then yesterday, I mean, I didn't really do anything besides work and my list and read. So I feel like I can never write with the discs here. What do I want to write here? I talked to my Uncle Jerry. That was a good part of my day. So we're going to write that here. Sometimes I know what the boxes will be used for, and sometimes I don't. I think that in yesterday's clip, I was debating whether or not I was going to write my flight info here. I don't think I'm going to write it here because I'm not going to be referencing it. I have it in the planner I am bringing with me. This is not coming with me. It's too big. So in these boxes, I'll just end up putting like memorable things from the trip, but when I get back on Monday, that's when I'm going to fill these in. So I guess that's it until I come home. And I'll see you in a few days. Hello, hello. I have returned. It is now Tuesday morning. I got home last night. I'm a little bit sick. I got quite the cold, actually, like almost right away Saturday morning. So I'm still kind of getting over that. But what a wonderful weekend it was. So I wanted to kind of come back in here and do a little bit of filling in. So Friday we got to Chicago, and then let's write went to see the Bean, the like famous Chicago Bean. I think there's right there. Yes, there's a sticker of that, which I really wanted to see because I didn't get to see it last year because it was under construction and it was closed. So went to see the Bean, and then registration and vendor marketplace. Okay, so that was Friday. Saturday was I don't want to say the first day of the actual conference because I feel like there was a lot of first day things here, but this was a day where like you sat down at tables and all of that. So let's write Rinse. Wasn't sure if I'd fit the whole thing. Begins. Sat at Moxie Life. So the way that Chicago Planner Conference works is that before the conference, like a few months ago, they give you a list of all brands that are sponsoring tables, and you rank, I think it's your top 14 or 15, but 14 is in my head, but I feel like 15 makes more sense. You rank them in order of what you want to sit at the most. And not all the brands you'll end up putting down, like because you write down less than there are there. And then they do an algorithm and they match you up. So I was really excited to sit at Moxie Life. It's also nice because when you get there, you get a badge and it tells you a table number. So I was table number 26, but it's not until you walk in that morning and get to number 26 that you see what brand it is. So it was a really nice surprise. Sat at Moxie Life. And then we're going to write, let's see, it's not a ton of room here, but it's okay because I remember it. Speakers, Bess of Lights Planner Action, and Adriana of Little Words Project. And then I'm going to write stamping workshop. So I was actually supposed to be part of two workshops, stamping and sublimation, but I really wasn't feeling well and I needed to go up to my bed in the hotel and rest. So I missed the sublimation workshop, but I did go to the stamping one. Then that night, James and I went out to dinner at Portillo's. And then the conference events were happening again, like a Saturday night planchella party at 8:30, but I missed it. I was asleep by like 9 o'clock because I just really didn't feel great. All right, so Sunday conference wrapped up, and then we're just going to kind of write that because we stayed until Monday. So conference wrapped up. So it was a very quick weekend. And I'm going to write James and I did a big bus tour, dinner at, oh my God, I can't remember the name of the restaurant. I keep wanting to say Grimaldi's, that's not right. Oh my goodness, Gibson's, I knew it was a G. And a show at Second City, which is an improv place. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. We're gonna fix that. This is my, like, I haven't filmed a video in days and I need coffee and I don't feel well. Brain. Second City. And then we got back to the hotel and met some friends at the bar for a drink and then went to bed and then left Monday morning. Chicago sights to see over here. I'm going to write the Bean. This isn't necessarily a site, it's more a shop, but Garrett popcorn, which is what we did. And then let's write like Navy Pier and the Chicago River. We didn't go to Navy Pier specifically, but we saw it when we went through it on our tour. But we did get out at the river and take some photos before we couldn't finish the tour. We had to Uber back to the hotel to get ready for dinner. It was a boom, 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 boom kind of day. So that is the week. It was a really good week. It's like crazy to kind of think that everything with election day was happening also. It's like so much happened in 1 week, but I had a really wonderful time at the conference. If you have never been to the Chicago Planner Conference and you can make it work, budget wise, I highly recommend it for next year. I think the tickets were close to $400 with fees. And last year it was the first weekend of November. This year it was the second weekend of November. I would assume it'll continue to be around November. So if it's something that maybe interests you, then definitely start to save and see if you can make it work even before next year's conference is announced. So I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me during the week, a little bit of pre-planning and a little bit of back planning. Thanks again for watching and for your support, and I will see you next time.